Absolutely. Let's expand even further, diving deeper into the iconic Amsterdam walking tour to uncover more layers of this fascinating city. We'll explore its history, culture, food, and even some lesser-known spots that make Amsterdam truly unique. This version will feel like you're walking through the city yourself, soaking in every detail. The canals. A masterpiece of engineering and beauty. Amsterdam's canal system is often referred to as the Venice of the North, but it's so much more than that. The canals were meticulously planned in the 17th century as part of an ambitious urban expansion project. The Grachtengordel canal belt was designed not just for transportation but also for drainage and defense. Today, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a symbol of Dutch ingenuity. As I walked along the Herengracht, one of the most prestigious canals, I noticed the grand mansions that once belonged to wealthy merchants. Many of these homes now house embassies, offices, or boutique hotels. I stopped at the Museum of the Canals, Het Grachtenhuis, a small but fascinating museum that explains the history and engineering behind the canal system. Interactive exhibits and scale models brought the story to life, showing how the city transformed from a marshy settlement into a global trading hub. One of the most photogenic spots on the canals is the Seven Bridges, Reguliersgracht, where you can see 7 arched bridges lined up in a row. I waited for the perfect moment to capture the scene in 4K, with a traditional canal boat gliding under the bridges and the golden light of the setting sun reflecting off the water. Jordaan District. A neighborhood with soul. The Jordaan District is a place where history and creativity collide. Originally built to house workers and immigrants, it has evolved into one of Amsterdam's most artistic and vibrant neighborhoods. The narrow streets are lined with art galleries, independent shops, and cozy cafes. I stumbled upon the Westerstraat Market, a weekly market where locals sell everything from fresh produce to antiques. The lively atmosphere and friendly vendors made it a joy to explore. I also visited the Amsterdam Cheese Museum, where I sampled a variety of Dutch cheeses, from creamy Gouda to tangy Edam. The museum's exhibits explain the history of cheesemaking in the Netherlands, which dates back centuries. One of the Jordaan's hidden gems is the Hofjes, or inner courtyards. These tranquil spaces were built as almshouses for the elderly and poor in the 17th century. I found the Klees Klesh Hofje, a peaceful courtyard surrounded by small houses and a beautiful garden. It felt like stepping back in time, away from the hustle and bustle of the city. Dam Square. Where history meets modernity. Dam Square is the historical and cultural heart of Amsterdam. It's named after the dam that was built on the Amstel River in the 13th century, which gave the city its name. The square has witnessed everything from royal coronations to political protests, and it remains a gathering place for locals and tourists alike. I spent some time at the National Monument, a 22-meter-tall obelisk that honors the victims of World War II. Every year on Remembrance Day, May 4th, the Dutch gather here to pay their respects. Nearby, I visited the Madame Tussauds Amsterdam, where I posed for photos with lifelike wax figures of Dutch celebrities and international icons. For a taste of Amsterdam's culinary scene, I stopped at De Drie Grefjes, a charming cafe known for its delicious cakes and pastries. I indulged in a slice of appeltaart, Dutch apple pie, which was perfectly spiced and topped with a dollop of whipped cream. The 9 Streets. A shopper's paradise. De Negen Straatjes, the 9 Streets, is a labyrinth of narrow lanes filled with unique shops and boutiques. Each street has its own personality, from the trendy Hartenstraat to the vintage shops on Wolvenstraat. I visited the Otherest, a quirky store that sells curiosities and oddities from around the world. From taxidermy to antique postcards, it was a treasure trove of unique finds. I also stopped at Skins Cosmetics, a luxury skincare store that offers personalized consultations. For lunch, I headed to Pancakes Amsterdam, a cozy restaurant that specializes in Dutch pancakes, pannenkoeken. I ordered a savory pancake topped with cheese and bacon, followed by a sweet one with strawberries and powdered sugar. The combination of flavors was heavenly. Museumplein, a cultural haven. Museumplein is Amsterdam's cultural epicenter, home to some of the world's most renowned museums. The square itself is a work of art, with its expansive lawn, reflecting pool, and iconic I Amsterdam sign, though the sign has been moved to other locations in recent years. The Rijksmuseum is a treasure trove of Dutch art and history. I spent hours exploring its galleries, which house masterpieces like Rembrandt's The Night Watch and Vermeer's The Milkmaid. The museum's library, the Kuipers Library, is the largest and oldest art history library in the Netherlands. Its stunning interior, with its wrought iron balconies and stained glass windows, is a sight to behold. The Van Gogh Museum is a must-visit for art lovers. I was captivated by Van Gogh's vibrant paintings, from sunflowers to the starry night. The museum also offers insights into his life and struggles, making his art even more poignant. For a taste of modern art, I visited the Stedelijk Museum, which features works by artists like Mondrian, Kandinsky, and Malevich. The museum's bold, futuristic architecture is a striking contrast to the historic buildings nearby. Vondelpark, a green oasis. Vondelpark is Amsterdam's most beloved park, and it's easy to see why. The park's lush greenery, tranquil ponds, and winding paths make it a perfect escape from the city's hustle and bustle. I rented a bike and cycled through the park, stopping to admire the rose garden and the statue of the poet Joost van den Vondel, after whom the park is named. I also visited the Blauw Theehuis, Blue Tea House, a modernist cafe that's popular with locals. Sitting on the terrace with a cup of coffee, I watched as children played in the nearby playground and couples strolled hand in hand. Evening on the canals. A magical experience. As the sun set, I boarded a small boat for a canal cruise. The city looked even more enchanting at night, with the bridges and buildings illuminated by soft golden lights. The 4K camera captured the reflections of the lights on the water, creating a dreamlike effect. The cruise took us past landmarks like the Magier Brug, Skinny Bridge, a picturesque drawbridge that's especially beautiful at night. We also passed the Amstel River, where the Care Theatre and the Hermitage Amsterdam stood out against the night sky. Final thoughts. Amsterdam is a city that captivates you from the moment you arrive. Its canals, historic architecture, and vibrant culture make it a destination like no other. Whether you're exploring its world-class museums, strolling through its charming neighborhoods, or simply enjoying a stroopwafel by the water, Amsterdam has a way of making you feel at home. This walking tour was a journey through time and culture, and the 4K footage I captured will allow me to relive the magic of Amsterdam whenever I want. Until next time, tot ziens, goodbye.